So today I'm going to talk about index funds and how they help make me a millionaire. So index funds are two common terms you're going to hear are exchange traded fund, ETF, and mutual fund. So they are a market index. Some things you'll probably hear are S&P 500, so the 500 largest US-based companies. NASDAQ is 3,000 stocks, but heavily into the tech side. And the Dow Jones Industrial Average covers 30 major US companies. So it's just taking a bunch of companies and pooling them together. Why I have invested in index funds, so they are low fees typically, no expensive fund manager, you're paying a yearly fee or a high fee to manage those funds. Diversification is huge, so instead of buying just one stock, maybe you're buying just Costco, you're buying hundreds to thousands of companies every time you buy one of those. And then typically consistent performance, so out of these thousands, you're going to have companies that do really well and you're going to have companies that do very poorly, and it averages all that out, so that's what I loved about them. Vanguard is where I typically get those funds from. So assets under management, they have $9.1 trillion from people like you and I that put money towards investments. So that's what they manage. John Bogle, that's a name to just keep in mind here, pioneered low-cost investing, and he was the inventor of the index fund for regular people. So they have 50 plus million investors worldwide, and they are a client-owned company. So when they have profits, those go back to investors in the form of lower fees, which is awesome for you. I don't get paid. There's nothing associated here. This is just explaining what I use and what I own. So at a high level, just from a visual perspective, Costco, Best Buy, Target, Amazon, Apple, Walmart, Nvidia, Microsoft, and Google, you could buy each of those individually as stocks. Now, what an index fund is, take all of these in one, and this is a small example. Think about thousands of companies just like this, and every time you buy one share, you're buying little slivers of all of these companies. And then here's a breakdown of what I personally own. I've got about 90% of my funds in VTSAX, which is the mutual fund, or VTI, which is the ETF. And then 10% in VOO, which is the ETF, or VFIAX, which is the mutual fund. You could type either of those into Google, it's going to pull up and show you what the fund is. At a high level, so VTSAX, the number of stocks that are held, every time you buy one share, you're buying 35.98. So that is a ton of companies, so it helps diversify your risk and spread that out. Your expense ratio is 0.04, and that is the same for VOO, and at the high level here, 505. And this expense ratio, what you'll see, so they're basically charging you $4 for every $10,000 you invest, which is very low. And then the 10-year average return for VTSAX is 11.7% and VOO is 12.4%. So that is what an index fund is. That is why I invested so much money in these, and they have helped make me a millionaire. Thank you very much.